Hi, this is David from the CE Pro Blog Lab. I'm here with Brent McCall from Ethereal. And
how you doing, David?
Very good. You've introduced a product that is breaking new records in terms of HDMI distance. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Absolutely, David. We can now go a full 55 meters or 180 feet using an HDMI cable. Not a bail-in, not an extender, but a cable. How we did this was by approaching HDMI completely differently. Our EHD product, which we've had out for a year now, will go up to 82.5 feet for a full 10.2 gigabit. But in test and studying, we found that when you break about 85 feet, the voltage just plummets. There's really no way to force enough down the pipe to keep it going.
Until now, basically, that was considered the limit. Nobody could go.
That was it. In fact, 82.5 feet was an
already beyond. Yeah, exactly.
Extreme result. But we wanted to go further, so we took a different approach. For the past 3 years, we've been selling a little black box, about that big, called the SR1HS. It allowed you to go to a full 10.2 gig on an existing 100-foot cable. So you can just take an old job and bump it up just by a black box. We looked at how we did that, took those parts and went to 201 series and other smaller parts, and took that big black box and put it into the head shell on this product. In order to completely accomplish that, we actually had to take something out of it. That was the programming capability of that device.
Got it. That's a standalone separate piece.
So we took it out of the black box and we put it in a standalone piece. What the programmer does is actually program this cable to work with this system. One of the problems we have with HDMI is there's not a ton of consistency between output quality of sources and input thresholds of display. What this does is actually match the electronics and equalization of this cable to those parameters.
So what the integrator will do, I assume, correct me if I'm wrong, is get one of these units.
Yes.
We'll buy this or multiples of them for our installers, for our toolkit, and then just order the cables as we need them.
Absolutely. Now,
so the cable wouldn't even work for somebody who didn't have it.
Absolutely. In fact, the programmer does a couple of unique things. When you take this cable out of the box, it does not work. The cable is a useless piece of plastic and copper. The installer puts this into the wall, connects all of his gear up, turns it on, plugs an activator into the USB cable on the television. Now, the HDMI cable has a 12-inch USB stinger on it. That stinger powers the cable
and programs it. And that's on both ends or one end?
Just one end, the display side. Powers the cable and programs it. During the program process, this device also powers the cable.
Got it.
So you plug it in, and what you will have when you plug it in is this, a blank screen. Because right now there's no actual program equalization parameters in this cable.
Got it.
Now, as with AVRs and other electronic devices, you do want to do a reset when you first set it up to reset everything, the programmer and the cable to zero. We 100% QC these cables during production. That means each cable is programmed and tested.
Got it.
And in theory, it should go back to zero. However, we do know things happen. So I want you to reset everything to zero before you start. Once you've done that, everything's plugged in, you hit the set button. What the set button does is work you through a variety of equalization curves. We're going to find the right equalization curve set for this system. Source and display. Because the quality level of threshold varies from brand to brand and model to model.
So it's going to equalize the system for your source and your display.
Yes.
And then you're going to get that miraculous 180 feet.
180 feet, absolutely. So, we hit the set button again and again. We're just looking for an equalization curve that works on this system. When you hit the right curve, you get a perfect picture.
And now you get something to save it, or?
All you do is unplug it.
Okay.
When you unplug this, it actually locks the program into the head shell.
So it automatically saves it?
Yes, sir.
That's great.
Now, it is saved forever until you sell the guy a new piece of gear or a new TV. You go back out, plug the cable into the activator, and hit reset. That clears the cable for the next programming series. Should power go off to the TV or your house?
That was my next question.
Not a problem. This is a non-volatile RAM built into the cable, so as soon as power comes back on, the system reboots, and you see it reboots quickly because it's constantly working and keeping everything going. Built into this head shell are a couple of things we're famous for. First off, there is low-speed data repair, same thing that's in our DAD, in our SR1s, and in our SR1HSs, where EDID repair is built in our gas cable. Also built into this cable is a reclocking device. As you start adding distance to the cable, it's entirely possible and probable that the three primary colors, red, green, and blue, may not arrive at the same time. Timing becomes a critical issue over distance. Built into this cable is a phase lock loop clock recovery device.
Okay.
So it reclocks everything. We don't care what happened before the clock, we make it work.
From what I know of Ethereal, it's probably safe to say that even with this distance, you'll have greater reliability than a lot of passive cables that are 20 feet that people have problems.
Absolutely. In fact, once you break about 2 meters, this is a better performing cable than anything on the market, except honestly at that shorter range, our EHC product.
Okay. Last question, I believe this also does 4K, correct?
Absolutely. It will do 4K or 3D. It is an active system. In fact, if you turn the camera around, we're done. There's a working product right there. There's a shorter piece just for visual demonstrations, but you see what it looks like.
Great. All right. Brent, thank you very much. It's one of the most unique products.
Thank you, David.
All right. Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
All right.